Hey, what's going on, folks? Klutch here with your weekly PC mod update for Farming Simulator 19. The show where we look at, well, all the best mods that have been released for PC just this last week. So today we've got 3 new mods, technically. Now, I'm kind of a nut when it comes to trucks, so that explains a lot of this corner. And then, well, over there, we've got a John Deere forage harvester. Very cool. So let's dive in. We're going to take a look at all these mods fairly in depth. And as always, guys, check down in the description down below. You'll have links to all these mods there as well. Let's dive in and take a look.
Klutch Simulations.
So like I said, guys, I do love nice looking trucks in Farming Simulator 19. And this particular one, well, this kind of rivals pretty much anything you're going to see here. In fact, it is almost mistakable for something you're going to find in American Truck Simulator. It is a fantastic mod. This is the Mack Anthem. This is done by Custom Modding and Stephan and Beran. Very nice looking mod. Looks fantastic. A lot of options on it as well. So to begin with, you're going to get some different power options from 345 horsepower all the way up to 505 horsepower. It has a max speed of 140 kilometers an hour. Yeah, 140 kilometers an hour. You can see here down below, we've got some options for wheels. We've gone with some nice looking Michelins. They are some off-roading Michelins. They look pretty cool. I do like the look of those. Of course, you got color selections as well. Some kind of standard generic colors for just the cab. However, there are some other colors options for rims and everything else. We'll go into that in more detail in a second. You do have some options as well for the side here. We'll take a look at what they look like. Some skirts that can be changed out, as well as this front bug deflector. And on top, you have a change for your roof that can be changed to a low sleeper or to the high-rise sleeper, I guess you'd call it right there. Of course, it has all the features you'd expect. Let's jump inside, take a quick look on the inside. Now, one other nice thing about this truck, we jump on in. The dashboard is animated as well. And it has backlighting. That's cool. I love when they do that. There's not a lot of trucks out there that do this particular feature, and this one looks good. Now, this looks very good, very close to the actual thing. Very similar to what you're going to find in American Truck Sim, to be perfectly honest. Nice. Shut that off. Turn the lights off. Anyways, that there is what she looks like. Let's go take a look in the store at all the different features. So your base price, in case you were curious, of $245,000. So we'll start with the colors. Your rim color can be changed between pretty much any of the lizard colorings if you so desire. Stainless steel or chrome is usually what I'll stick with for most of my trucks. But your main colors, you can see here we do have a few options. Not a ton, but they are nice looking paint schemes. It has more of a metallic sheen than just your standard coloring schemes, at least. So you can see there, got a few different options, but not the whole gamut that you have for the full lizard colorings, but there are some nice options there. Now, as for, let me see if I can get something a little bit bright here. Go back to the blue. The design color, there's only 2 options for this. It's bold or chrome, and I'm not even sure. I can figure out which one, what is this changing it on? Oh, it's the grill, that's right. So it's the grill that changes there. You get a chrome grill versus the bold black colorings. If I scroll on down, our wheel setups, you can see here we're going to get all sorts of different wheels. So we have some just all-terrains, some heavy duties, and then the standards. So there was the heavy duties we were using just a minute ago, the Michelins. We just have the all-terrains and then the standards. The bull bar up front, you can add that. I do like the low-end bull bar on this. It looks cool. Some hood mirrors. You can see those. Side skirts. Now you have a couple different options here. So the base model, which is just your steps on your tank, to some skirts, to half or full skirt, and I think, yeah, the full long. So you have a couple different options there depending on exactly how you want this truck to look. Additional parts. Now this one here, you can see we just get a bunch of different chrome extension and parts that are added on. Something around some little accents on the bumper. And then some across the hood and around the windowsill is there as well. If I keep on scrolling down, their hood deflector. And then you also get a side deflector here, which is extended. That's kind of different as well. And then lastly, our aerodynamic. Actually, we have one more. There's a low and a high, depending on what you want to choose. So you can see that for a low sleeper or your high full on. There's your engine setups from, what, 345 all the way up to 505 horsepower, I believe, is the biggest. There's quite a few. I think there's 5 different options in here. 6 different options, actually. There's quite a few options there. And lastly, a rear view mirror. There you go. So that is all your options with it. Like I said, guys, this thing has a ton of options, and it's a really nice looking truck. So that there is the Anthem 40-inch sleeper. That, again, is by Custom Modding and Stephan Beran. Now, next up, we have a pack of mods. Guys, we've talked about these in the past. These are a pack that are done by mods by 5.9. Now, this guy has done some amazing work with some very cool trucks. Now, I thought we'd be done with this. I thought I wasn't going to come back. We looked at, I believe it was the Ford 9000 LTL here, and I was really impressed with that. I saw that the Mack and the Cat came out shortly thereafter. Very similar, just new body styles, and they all look absolutely fantastic, I might add. However, they've been changed again. Now, this is all one pack now, so you download the one mod, you're going to get everything in this pack. And, well, to start with, you're going to get just the regular trucks, of course, and it's going to have all the features we talked about in the previous video with this 9000 LTL series, but it's also added some new things. It's got some new tricks up its sleeve. And, well, we need to talk about that. So, briefly, we've looked at the 9000 series. You guys have seen this. I've been using these actually pretty exclusively lately on in my other videos. This is a great looking Ford. Over here, we got the Mack Pinnacle. Another nice looking truck. So many options on all of these. But the base truck themselves is awesome as well. And then lastly, we have the Cat up here. Kind of the newest of the bunch, I guess. Once again, very nice looking mod. Now, they all have tons of different options from, well, bumpers in the front. You can see we've got a bull bar up there. We've got just a flat face on this one. The color schemes, tons of different color schemes for them. Different size beds, so you can go from, like, these all have the same one currently, but we can get rid of that tag axle. We can make it a longer bed, a shorter bed. You can add a dump truck variation. You can have a hook lift. I mean, there's a ton of different options just on the base trucks. You've also got an option for a hitch on the very, very back here. Like, seriously, there's a ton of options. But the latest iteration is very cool. So let me just jump up in the Cat, fire this up. Now this is more than just a hook lift. This is an AR frame, and what that allows is, well, we can get rid of some things like, well, this grain bin. Now this pack comes with this grain bin. It also comes with the log trailer over here, the log bed, and then we also have a flatbed over here. So you have 3 different types of AR beds that come with this. I have a funny feeling he's going to make more too, to be perfectly honest, but who knows. The other nice thing with all of these, well, the log bed and this flatbed, these also come with an auto load feature. So if you don't really want to load stuff necessarily on potentially your logging bed, they come with an auto load feature that you can have. That is amazing. Absolutely cool. Let's go take a look in the store at some of their features, just so you have an idea. So in your store, you're going to find a whole section that's mods by 5.9. You're going to see here now. You can see we've got both the trucks. Well, we've got 3 trucks in here. We've got the LTL 9000, the Mack Pinnacle. We've got our flatbed. We've got your flatbed auto load, the log bed, AR grain bed, the flatbed regular, and the log bed regular, as well as a second AR grain bed. I'm not sure why there's 2 that are populating right now. They look exactly the same and the same price. I'm not sure. It should be. Anyways, regardless of which. And then lastly, we have our Cat CT 680 down here. Now, just to jump in, let's go jump in the Mack Pinnacle. So all the trucks, for the most part, have, for the most part, the same idea of different options. Now, some of the bumpers might be a little bit different depending on the truck, so on and so forth. It depends on the actual mod, but I'll just give you an idea, since you're here, what each one of these has. Now, there's a ton of different coloring options, as you can see here. So rear fenders, the cabin, just to give you an idea here, there's some interesting colors from like a green matte here to, well, some metallics, the satins, the older color greens. So it's interesting that each one of these has this kind of a different one. I do like having these different options. Let's go with the orange satin. Nice. One thing I wish we could change that we aren't able to, that I can tell at least, is the interior color of these. So this is always going to be red on this particular truck. On the Ford, it's always blue, and I believe the Cat, it's black. It'd be nice if we could have that as an option, color change that as well. Now, some of the other options you're going to have here, the main one is the frame itself. So configuration, you're going to find here we have semi. Oops, let's bring this down here. The hook lift, the AR frame, so that's what we had outside with the AR frames on that. You've got the dump bed. You've got a semi-short, and then back to your semi-long. So there's quite a few different options here. Now, once we move on down, you've got options for tires, quite a few options there. Again, I'm not going to go through all of them quick, but there's a few options there to look at. Some cool stuff to find. Keep on moving down here. Our exhaust pipes, we have different options here. They each have different options depending on the truck. Singles, duals, and what is it, a straight pipe? That looks good. Sun visor can be deleted. Also air horns, it's not showing up, but air horns can be deleted as well. Our bumpers here, this is just the Pinnacle. Like I said, there's a couple different options on the different trucks depending on what you want to go for. I think the Pinnacle has some of the better ones. I think the Ford has similar to this. I don't think the Cat has quite as many options off the top of my head. But anyways, I do like some of these big bull bars, like this one right here. That looks fantastic for an old logging truck. Your fenders in the back, you can change how they appear as well. And then let's see here. Oh, a tag axle. That's right. You need to have a longer frame in order to get that tag axle to show up. Where is it? There we go. Tag axle. We can pop that off. Where is it? No, that's just there's a way to jump this off. There it is. You can pop the tag axle off, and it's actually got the option of having the tag axle fender on it as well. So there's two different options there. Air horns, like I said, can be deleted. Tinted windows. This is always a feature I love when developers or mod creators do this. They add the option to have the tinted windows on or off. When I drive it in first person, I don't like having tinted windows personally. Snow equipment. So this is for if you have the dump bed, you can add snow equipment to the back. Your tag axle we talked about. Your racks. You have some different options here for racks. These are all fairly standardized for each of the trucks. Trailer attachment on the back. And then finally, they each have quite a few different engine options as well. I think there's 3 at least for each one of the trucks. So just have nice to have those kind of options. So anyways, guys, like I said, there's quite a few options, and these are all fantastic looking mods. I would highly recommend any of these, but just get the pack and save yourselves the trouble. Those, again, are mods by 5.9. And our last mod, well, it's a new John Deere forage harvester. Now, this particular mod has been released before. This is done by Quadwar, most Sinister, and I believe DR Modding also had something to do with this mod. But this is the 8000 series. Very nice looking mod. So it's been out for a little while, but this is kind of a recent update. It's been kind of rehashed and updated, and it's kind of a must-have for me now. It's something we don't have a lot of in-game, our forage harvesters. And, well, we don't have any John Deere forage harvesters, so you definitely need this one now, as far as I'm concerned. European version, of course, but it still looks fantastic. So you've got 2 different options here, basically, for either having a tracked version, or you have a couple different options for a wheeled version as well. And then you have different options for your headers. So these are the bigger headers, I guess. There's a couple different options I've got on this. I think that these are the 2 that come with this particular pack, and they're both fantastic. Let me just jump inside. We can open this one up, fire this thing up. You can see a nice interior view, of course, as always, as you'd expect. And we'll open up this header. This is a pretty wide-looking header. Man, I don't know what the width it is. We'll have to take a look at the shop when we get there. But yeah, not bad at all. Oh, we got to unfold our pipe. We'll fire this one up. Looks good to me. Yeah, it's a good looking mod. And then over here with our track version, with our mower attachment on front, same thing. Obviously, just no moving parts to the same extent at least, but we can drop this down. Fire that up. And there you have it. Lights are all working, of course, as you'd expect. Yeah, looks great. Really do like this one as well. Just nice to have a John Deere forage harvester. Let's go into the store and take a look and see what we got there. So your base price is $220,000, and now there's not quite as many options as what we were just looking at with our semi-trucks, but there's still quite a few for a forage harvester. So our wheel brands, of course, you've got some Michelins or Trelleborgs, but then with your Trelleborgs, of course, you're going to get wides, you get doubles or twins, or you get your crawler tracks. That's pretty cool. Do you get the same thing with the Michelins? That I don't know. Yes, we do. We get crawler tracks with the Michelins as well. That's interesting. Also, we have an option for a logo. You can see there, Agrivis is an option to add the side there. Our design, you got a license plate option. You can have Euro license plate on the front and rear if you like. Where's the rear? There it is. You can see it. And lastly, we have our engine setup. So you have quite a few different ones here. I think it's 10. So you can go with the 8100. No, it'd be only 9. 8100i. All the way up to the 8800 chipped. There we go. And so you're going to be pushing, well, what's it to start at? 380 horsepower with the base model, all the way up to 975 horsepower if you go with the 8800 chip model. So quite a few different options there. And then moving down into our harvester header section, well, we got the 390 Plus, which was the corn header we had on there. That's got a swath of 9 meters. And then there is the Zern Profi Cut 620, which is 6.2 meters. I believe those are the 2 that come with it. Anyways, there's quite a few options with that. But not bad for a forage harvester. Quite a few different options, and it's nice to have a John Deere forage harvester, that's for sure. So there you have it, guys. Those are the 3 mod packs, I suppose, that came out this week that I was pretty impressed with. I hope you guys agree. If you did, drop a like down below, or if you have something else that you thought maybe should have been on the list, let me know in the comments. If there's something you're looking for, let me know in the comments as well. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. This is Klutch. Over and out.